While this is a flood car, one good thing I'm noticing is there's not any more corrosion than a normal Lotus Esprit. Today we're going to remove the Esprit door panel. It's relatively easy compared to modern cars, and the only tool you'll need is a Phillips screwdriver. There's a Phillips screw here, and there's normally one on the opposite end. Somebody else has had this door panel off before us, so that one's already gone. One. Now there's 3 more inside the door handle. So you simply open the door handle, fold it open, and remove the 3 screws. In fact, you don't even remove them all the way. Pull them out about 3/8 of an inch. And then you'll be able to slide the trim piece around the door handle away. This is what actually holds the bottom of the door handle to the door. Once you get it loose, you should be able to pull these little trim pieces away. Now, if it hasn't been done in a while, or if your door panel has been re-dyed in the past, and they put these back on a little too soon, it may be a little bit sticky. So we're going to swap to a flathead screwdriver, give it just a little bit of effort where it's stuck. Just like that. First one. Second one is identical. Comes out a little bit more difficult because of the arm wrench. Okay, once those 2 pieces are out, it's literally everything. So you can just pull. If you reach, there's vents underneath the door panel. Just put your hand in one of those and start to pull. Once you get it pulled away, give it a slight tap upwards. That'll pull the top of the door panel away from the window and the door frame. This one's going to need a lot of cleaning. Once you get it open, you can disconnect the switches that run the power windows and the power mirrors. Ta-da! We may have to re-dye it, but the leather itself seems to be in pretty good shape. But what we really need to work on is this switch panel here, which has been losing some of its paint for a while, and then of course rusted when it was completely underwater. The other thing we're going to work on is the ashtray. Now, up at the shop, I think I've got the ideal tool for cleaning these, and that's an ultrasonic cleaner. In fact, I'm going to drop the gas door switch in there as well and get it cleaned up before I attempt to disassembly and repair. Now, the only concerning part is these panels are held on by several rusty nuts. So, we're going to spray those with some WD-40. We'll let them soak for a while before we attempt to remove them. All right, we've got the door panel off, and now we're going to remove the switches so that we can put them in the ultrasonic cleaner. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is pull off the remainder of the wiring harness from the door panel. Most of these do not have clips that hold them on. You just gently pull them off. That is not what we wanted to happen. We'll have to look into how to reassemble that. Okay, the harness is out of the way. Now there are 4 6mm, actually they may be 5.5mm nuts that need to come off so that we can remove the bezel. Yesterday, while evaluating just how much of a mess I've gotten myself into, I noticed that the fuel door switch, which on this year of Esprit is electrical, and is also located in the center console, is damaged. Now, it's the exact same switches as the power window switches, like these, because there are fuel doors like these on either side of the car, which is really convenient when you go to the gas station. But we're not able to open one. Let's see if we can get you in here with me and watch the removal procedure. Alright, that's the switch right there. And honestly, it's pretty cramped in here, so it's going to be very difficult to film this while I'm actually doing the removal. However, the only tool you really need is a thin flathead screwdriver, like that, so that you can gently pry around the switch bezel, and it should release through the opening, and then you can disconnect the electrical once you've pulled it out a couple inches. Okay, this is extremely difficult to film, as I'm trying to work one-handed and hold the console open while holding the camera at the same time. Just alternate from side to side, pull it out a little bit each time till you think you can get a grip on it, and finish the job. So, now it has cleared the center console. So, again, working one-handed, There's no release on these, you simply just pull them apart. There we go. The connector itself is very dirty, but actual electrical connections don't look any worse than a normal Esprit. We'll clean that up before we put this back in. We'll evaluate the condition of the switch. You can see it's a little floppy there. This one may not be savable. We may have to just replace it. Alright, we've got all the switches out of the door panel and the door panel bezel, as well as the ashtray and cigarette lighter, all soaking in our trusty ultrasonic cleaner. So this process is going to take several hours to get all the corrosion off, but they should come out just about good as new. Obviously we'll have to go through a thorough drying process for each switch as well. Open the door. Looks like I'm the first one in here since Harvey. And we've got a clear water line level for the car. But we may have a bit of good news or bad news. This silt has covered everything that was underwater. Now, the dealership I bought the car from did some reconditioning, but clearly they did not know about the manual release. So we're about to see if there is silt and scum inside the filler. There is not. It is beautiful and clean inside, so we probably did not contaminate what's in the gas tank with water. However, I'm sure it's old, so we're going to be draining it, disposing of it properly, and refilling it with fresh gasoline before we attempt to resurrect the motor.